Great evening. Well, I just saw Cash Peter's channel. He is turning off all comments and only putting out pictures when he thinks he has something to say. So that's the long and short of it. He's saying that he's done this and, done 21,000 pictures and for 5 long years, and he's tired, he needs a break. Well, I understand that. I've done this continually in some way, shape, or form, whether it was Yahoo groups before they had YouTube, then I had YouTube, had my Guru Swamiji channel, and now I have this channel. I've done it continually since 1999. And the only actually days I took off were when I was in the hospital. So yeah, can be tiring, and you do get negative comments. You do get some people that are quite nasty, although I have to say, what I get here is nothing compared to what I got when I first was becoming a guru in 1999, and I was speaking on the internet, and nobody had done that before. And how dare I be a woman speaking on the net being a guru? I mean, I could show you really, really, really nasty things. They had a site that was what's the name of it? Where you just go in and you trash teachers, and they were so bad, and that's what they loved, them come in. They were so bad that they actually had to take some of them off. I mean, just keep them from posting. They were so nasty. Yeah. Oh, but if you're going to be a spiritual teacher and things, this is part of it. This is part of what you get, especially if you're breaking new ground, okay? Then you're really going to be put through a ringer. Like I said, what I get here is nothing compared to what I was getting in 1999. Yeah. And I haven't quit. I'm still going. Although now, like I said, instead of doing the spiritual channel, I'm doing the tarot, and this is, a little bit different, but I still give spiritual messages and things like that. When I first got realization, I thought everyone wanted realization, and I found out, although they said that, what I found out that they actually wanted was more control in their lives. That's it. As far as what it takes to get to realization, oh no, that's off the table. So I switched gears. You can't, you lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink, okay? And the process of the path to realization is not easy. It can take lifetimes. It's not a one lifetime thing. Okay. Now I can tell you, here's another thing that I haven't said before. My past life, I was a monk, and I was doing the CHOD ceremonies. They were talking to me about it, and I go, oh yeah, I was thinking, oh, it's just very symbolic, this and that. Well, it appeared in some of those states, it can feel very, very real, where you invite the demons to come feed on your flesh out of compassion. Well, it felt like they're actually ripping my flesh, and I went crazy in that lifetime. I absolutely went out of my mind in that lifetime, so it's not an easy process. In fact, when I went to India, I went up and I was up in was Dharamsala. trying to think if it was not Dharamsala. I was up by where the I am so tired tonight I can't even think, where the Dalai Lama stays. But up there with all those monks, and they did my astrology thing, and he goes, "You were a monk. Why are you a woman?" I said, I just laughed. Because they have this still erroneous idea that you have to be a male to be enlightened. Okay? Well, they have the one woman that gained enlightenment. They were coming and she was out there doing practices in this field, and they said, "Oh, well, you do such lovely practices. Maybe next time you'll be fortunate enough to be a man." And she vowed that she would always come back as a female, okay, to disprove that. Now, the reason they always say that the males can get enlightenment, because they would take off, and the women would be stuck at home raising children, taking care of the man's family, the parents, the grandparents, all of that. Well, the guys had the freedom to go leave. So that's why they were getting enlightenment, not because they were more spiritually advanced. It wasn't that at all, okay? It's that they had more opportunities to go and do it, to spend the time needed to it. So, I just told them, well, you got to be born in something, okay? I said, I know quite well, yes, I was a male. Yes, I was a monk. And I told them exactly what happened, and they were like, okay. But yeah, no, it is Dharamsala. The other one I would go to is Darjeeling, which is way up high in the mountain, Darjeeling. Okay. Yeah. I like Darjeeling, but even in the summer, it's freezing cold up there. I don't know how anybody does it in the winter up in Darjeeling, because even in the summer, really cold in Darjeeling. Yeah. Dharamsala is another thing. But yeah, it was in Dharamsala because... But, and also with that, the women, nuns, are still not getting the same teachings, the same in-depth practices, etc., that the men are getting. So it's still skewed. It's still skewed to this day. So yeah, that's that. Now, when I was in India, I was all over India, from the far south up to, like I said, Darjeeling, Dharamsala, Rishikesh. I was all over. I traveled from one end of India to the other end, okay? And in the Kali temples and things, I was in those as well. So, yeah. It's another thing, when you take this on, it's lifetimes. That's why I don't go out and say everybody should have a Kundalini awakening. Everybody should go through. No, because it takes a lot of dedication. And it's 24/7. It's not like a practice you pick up, you do it for an hour and you lay it beside. This goes 24/7. There is no off switch. Okay, once it ignites, there is no off switch. Okay, so that's why I don't talk a whole lot about it, because people just don't understand the depth of what it is to go through that. Okay, yeah. You're in your body, you're out of your body, you're seeing visions, you're hearing things. I mean, every one of your fears is going to be brought up to be challenged. I mean, yeah. At one point of the journey, I was in the middle of the floors like this, and I'm surprised my hair didn't turn stark white. Okay, because one of the things you have to do is face that fear. You could feel this, feels like this evil, the more dark evil thing, and you have to be, it's like the if you've ever seen the movie of the little Buddha, I think it's Keanu Reeves. Is it Keanu Reeves that was in that one, the little Buddha, where he's sitting at the end and these fire things are coming at him and all of these things? Okay? That's what it feels like. And you have to be sitting through it without freaking out, without running away, without fighting it, without loving it. You know, it's a whole thing that you go through with that. And the last one you fight, as you saw, he was fighting Mara, which is the ego. That's the last thing that has to break, that identification as a physicality of form. Okay? That whole story, identification and story and all of that. Okay? But yeah, that movie, that last part, that does happen. It does happen. All of your fears are coming, you know, and you have to be willing to and able to finally sit through it and see the illusion. Okay? Now again, in last life, I couldn't see it as illusion. It became very tangible, very real. Okay? Became very tangible, very real. And I lost my mind in that one. Yeah. And that can happen. That's, again, why I say it's a very strenuous path, and you have to really be dedicated to it. And, yeah, it's not easy. I think people make the story of Buddha too easy when they don't really know what everything that one goes through in that path. Whether it's a Christian path, Buddhist path, Hindu path, you know, I say all of them lead to one place, to the divine is. It's just different scenery along the way. Okay? But there's only one ultimate truth in the end, okay? Doesn't matter Christian, doesn't matter Buddhist, doesn't matter Hindu, okay? It's just different scenery along the way that you go until you get to where that construct is broken through, okay? And one gets to that reality that's prior to everything coming into the expression of, you know, physicality, etc. That, yeah. And you go through that process of nibbana or nirvana being blown out. Okay. So, yeah, went off on that again. Another little part of the saga. Oh, mercy. Yeah. So anyway, I started off with telling you about cash, and, you know, you go through this. It can be daunting because you want to give and you want to give the best you can give, but it is, especially when you're pretty new in the journey, or you're just, you know, you're still walking your journey and you're still seeking, and then you're getting these attacks and this and that. That's, you know, that's very hard to deal with. Okay? That's hard for people to deal with. Okay? So on that note, I'll leave that here, but I just wanted to pass it along. If you watch Cash Peters, he has made a big shift today. He's no comments allowed anymore. And it will be sporadic when he comes on. He said he's only going to come on when he's got something that he wants to say. Other than that, no. Yep. So on that note, I'll leave that here, and I'll see you online.